You're dead, bitch! What the hell are you looking at?
Hi, and welcome to another episode of We Watched a Movie. I'm Brandon, and this is Finn.
Hey everybody.
And today we watched Shoot 'em Up. This is a classic shoot 'em up movie, as the title would imply, with all kinds of zaniness and people getting shot. It's one of my favorite cheeseball movies. It's kind of good, bad. This is Finn's first time seeing it. What'd you think?
I was, like you said, it's a great cheeseball movie. It is for, if you just go in expecting it, if you're not expecting a whole lot out of it, you're going to have a good time. It's action, the story is kind of just interchangeable, it's like bad people in powerful places, have,
right.
have
doing
woman,
horrible things.
Right, doing horrible things, right, have woman that they want killed with baby,
right, so
mystery
you're like
man with
new mother,
right,
and baby,
right, yeah.
so murder is justified.
Man with interesting past comes in to save the day, so the pieces are all kind of like, the same pieces that we've seen.
Yeah, they're very
generic.
generic. It's very generic. It's very cornball. It just leans into the tropes.
Yeah.
It isn't trying to be a movie you haven't seen before, give you an idea you'd never think of.
Right.
It's like, no, this is a movie about gimmicks.
Right.
And it's not great all the time. It's really fun as overall, but one of the things that almost makes it good is that it's kind of bad.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, in that, like you said, it's not trying to be anything more than what it is. It's not trying to present itself as like, hey, we're this. I guess it gets a little kind of preachy, towards the end when they're talking about gun control and all this, and kind of it's like, oh, okay, well, here's the message that we kind of shoehorned in.
Yeah, and it's way at the end.
Yeah,
and it's way overpowered by the number of people that they shoot for
right,
fun.
Exactly.
In this movie.
Right, no doubt.
If you don't like watching people getting shot,
right. This
movie's going to be nothing but no fun for you.
Is that one Rambo movie where he leads those missionaries up a river and he just has that scene where he's just going to town with a 50 cal, And this movie is that movie all the way up to that point, and then they're like, hey, guns are bad, and you're like, well, yeah, but what about the 120 dudes that you shot just in the last 15 minutes,
He's like, oh no, but those are bad guys.
Right, exactly, but those guys
want to use the gun. He was forced into the situation.
They wanted a Second Amendment with the wheels off, and shame on them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on.
And for a guy who doesn't carry a gun and is opposed to guns,
right?
The main hero is so good with this.
Yeah,
he never misses. If he needs to hit a shot, he not just hits it, but specifically how he needs to hit it.
And he sets up that whole Kevin Mitchell Home Alone setup with the office supplies and the guns at the gun manufacturer's warehouse place. And you're just like, dude, come on, how many weeks worth of coming in on the weekends and setting all that up do you have to go through to make that happen?
It's an insane gimmick, but that's what this movie is full of.
Yeah,
insane gimmicks that would never work. There's a shooting scene where Paul Giamatti, who is awesomely bad in this movie.
Yes, just
awesomely bad.
Like you said, mustache twirling.
Yeah, just total cartoon bad guy. Nothing good about him at all. Everything unwholesome. Any unwholesome decision he can make in this movie.
Like the 8-year-old birthday card moment.
Yeah. He's choosing birthday cards for his 8-year-old. One's real cute, and one's a woman in a bathsuit.
And one's basically when you would
give
to
or
an
becoming a
18-year-old.
Man.
Yeah.
Becoming a man.
Well, how old is your kid? Oh, 8. He's 8. Dude.
So evil.
Yeah, such a scumbag.
Oh, God. Yeah, he kind of molests the
dead
dead mother a little bit, just for a second. And it's really dark. You're like, oh, he's just so evil. So,
dude.
Yeah, there's no question why you have to shoot at these guys. They don't leave it, morally up to it. And like I said, even the scene in the park, he's trying to shoot a baby, and he accidentally shoots a mother.
Right.
And they start spinning the merry-go-round by shooting it, which is the most dangerous way to get that baby back.
And no doubt. And like I said, for me, the only two things really that didn't jive for me as far as watching this movie and just giving into it, giving yourself over to it and going, okay, I'm just going to enjoy the ride. It was that whole preachiness at the end with, oh, guns are bad, gun control, Second Amendment shouldn't be, blah, 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 whatever.
Right. False
and
Democrats
then that whole, like, Point Break, like jumping from the airplane, we're in a Sugar Ray music video suddenly, like just moment that's there with him in the
it's one of those terrible CGI moments that's just unforgivable in the middle of a movie.
Well, it just looked so different from the rest of the film. The rest of the film's kind of dark and grainy. It almost kind of reminded me a lot of Payback, the way that it looks. Like that movie with Mel Gibson, I don't know if you've ever seen it,
right.
But it's very dark and grainy, and like the way that it looked reminded me a lot of that.
Right, in the general film style.
That
like green and black kind of like coloring to the whole thing.
Exactly.
Kept it real dark and metal.
Muted colors and
it is very metal. Like,
but then that one moment, that little bit of scene where he's jumping out of the airplane and all that, it's real bright and it's sharp colors, and you're just like, this doesn't fit with the look of anything.
Even with all the ridiculous jumps of logic you have to take to believe this guy could have done half of anything that he does, and he's not dead, and that baby isn't brain dead.
No doubt.
Oh my God, that's not how you handle a child. It's not how you handle a child.
So the one moment where they have the kid fly out of the car, the kid turns out to be a fake baby.
Did they put a live baby in Clive Owen's arms?
Right.
Clearly he has never held one. He's like seen them from a distance.
No, but
no one trusted him with it.
Such a bad, representation for children in film. No, there's no way I'm letting a baby do all of that.
Right, and no, it's the baby's kind of a funny character because it's like a heavy metal baby. The only thing that calms it down is heavy metal music, and the femme fatale that kind of helps him out, buys him
Monica Bellucci. Which again, after having watched Twin Peaks: The Return, that was weird that she should pop up in that movie. I'm like, oh,
in a very
it's
weird
Monica
role
Bellucci
as the wet nurse he recruits to take care of the baby.
As this whore with a heart of gold, wet nurse girl that he goes to, just of course out of nowhere, right? Because like every single one of those badass, mysterious, good guy trope characters that he's modeled after, they all know a woman of ill repute that they can go to who can help them out. That girl either runs a bar, or she's a hooker, or she's she works in porno, or she's always some kind of down on her luck woman that's just struggling and she's scrappy.
And this is like her chance at redemption.
Right, and exactly. And she's got a horrible backstory, of course, too, with she lost her baby or something.
And once again though, it's so cheesy. Like the movie isn't that good. Like from these really great actors like Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti, you're
Monica
expecting
Bellucci.
Really, even the supporting cast is really cool and talented.
Yeah.
But they wanted a cartoon,
right?
So the acting isn't good.
And they never tried.
It's bad.
Yeah, they never tried to do
movie,
anything more than that. Yeah, exactly.
It's intentionally not good.
Right. The thing about it is, for me, is that like I say, it never tries to be anything more than it does, except for that one moment at the end where it tries to get a little preachy, and then that whole weird moment where they were just like, well, hey, we've got this green screen and we're going to use it, and let's have him jump out of a plane, and you're just like, well, okay. And that's kind of cool, but it's really it doesn't fit in with the rest of the film stock. It looks out of place. It would have just been cooler if they'd have just kept having him, be this insane badass in a gritty environment the whole time, as opposed to kind of pull you out for that little bit.
And as much as I love that this movie is good bad, I wish they'd pulled a better performance out of Paul Giamatti and Clive Owen. Yeah. As much as it's intentionally bad, it is genuinely bad at times. The one-liners that they throw out,
like we were just talking about,
they don't land.
Clive Owen's previous movie to this was Children of Men.
Yeah, it's like that same era.
So it's sort of a similar story, but in a much more serious way. And he's playing a much more serious character, and then he goes to this. So it's he could have. They could have both stepped it up at least a little bit.
I think they were like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. People love you. Anything that comes out of your mouth is gold.
Yeah, we'll just kick back and kind of ride it out.
Yeah, and I don't know if they intentionally went with the worst one-liners because they were trying to make them bad, so that these characters weren't both infinitely awesome at gunplay and hilarious.
Right.
Because like that's a total trifecta
Right.
as a dude. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite random shoot 'em up movies. I love the style and the flavor as much as it's cheesy and not always awesome. It's super watchable, and I always have a good time.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, I wasn't disappointed for, going into it knowing what it is. So, if you can get past that little bit of preachiness at the end and you're not too jarred from that Point Break scene in the middle, then yeah, it's some fun.
Yeah. Hey, and thanks for watching another episode of Badger Nerdworks Presents We Watched a Movie. I'm Brandon. This is Finn. Be sure you watch our other videos. They're awesome. Also, be sure you like, subscribe, and share our videos. Leave some comments down below. And if you want notification when our videos come out, hit the bell icon. Thanks for coming. Good evening.